Welcome to a new lunar cycle and a new lunar year. Happy Lunar New Year. We're starting this off with the new moon in Aquarius. This lunar cycle happens from February 11th through March 12th, 2021. So that's the timeline we're working with. So my name is Shannon. I'm your host at Lunar Ladies, and I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes or so with you breaking down this Aquarius lunar cycle. So happy new moon in Aquarius and happy Lunar New Year, year of the metal ox. Here we go. Now, if you like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel because there'll be more. And share this with friends, tweet it out, let everybody know that this is a great place to come to learn about astrology, your natal chart, and what the heck is going on out there with the currents of the cosmos running through our bodies, our lives, and our world. Okay, so let's start out with Aquarius. So this is when you want to grab your natal chart. You're going to find your Aquarius ruled house in your natal chart. Now, if you're new to astrology and maybe have never seen your natal chart, go to lunarladies.com. You can order your natal chart and a 25-page plus report. Plus, I'll give you some recommendations of where to focus your energy when you read your report and take a look at it for the first time. But like a lot of people, astrology is a foreign language. So that's where I come in. I want to help you understand this language. I want to help you speak it fluently. And I want to, most of all, help you understand the power, the dynamics, the language, the story, everything there is you need to know about your chart. I want to help you discover that. And I can do that when I read your chart with you. So you can opt in for a oracle intuitive reading done by me with a follow-up where I do a recorded reading so I can really dive in deep and really get into your soul blueprint. And then you have time to integrate the information when you watch the recording. And I have people do it 3 times because it gets really into all those deeper layers. And then you have time to spend with this soul energy. And then we have a follow-up. So you can find all of that at lunarladies.com under offerings. You can get natal chart report or natal chart report and intuitive reading called an oracle. Okay, so where do we begin? The timeline that we're looking at is February 11th, 2021, March 12th, 2021. So this is what we call an Aquarius lunation or Aquarius lunar cycle. Begins with the new moon in Aquarius and ends with the balsamic moon in Aquarius, right? So between that time, we have a new moon, we have a first quarter get into action, breakthrough blocks and barriers week. We have a full moon where we open up, expand, bring things to fruition, and release with power. And then we have a third quarter, last final phase week of the lunar cycle where we reflect, we let go, we come back into our internal state where we can rebirth ourselves with the new moon in Pisces on March 13th. Fast forward, let's get here now. Aquarius energy is the vibration of the lunar cycle, and it begins at 23 degrees. So you want to look in your chart for anything within 18 to 28 degrees, Aquarius or other fixed signs, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus. So first of all, check your Aquarius ruled house for any planets that you might have there between 18 and 28. That's going to show what's getting activated in this lunar cycle. And because it's the beginning of the Lunar New Year, what's in play until the next year of the next Lunar New Year. The year of the ox is going to help you out. Now, come back in next week, in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be on the Cosmic Couch with Irma K. Sawyer, Cosmic Weather. We're going to be breaking down the year of the ox and the energy of 2021. You can find out more about that when you join my Facebook group, Lunar Ladies Lifestyle. Okay, so now when we look at the harnessing the power, we're going to look where the power is, and that's mostly found in a square formation or an aspect in astrology. A square is a 90-degree angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the other fixed signs because they'll be in square or opposition. We have Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. Leo's in opposition, Taurus and Scorpio are in square. So when we have a 90-degree angle, that's power, but it's also what I like to say, a timeout. And that's where we can focus our energy on the square so we can open that field of possibility up and we'll be able to use it like a boss babe. That's my expert guidance, is to help you utilize the power with knowledge and experience. And I'll get to that in a little bit in this video, because that's the message of the Sabian symbol of 23 degrees Aquarius. Now, when you're working with Sabian symbols, which is a awesome modality that you get to learn about when you work with me and join my inner circle, which is where we meet weekly to break our charts down. We decode the information. We do it together as a group. It's really awesome. So hit me up if you want to learn more about the inner circle. There'll be a link in the show notes. So the Sabian symbol, when you work with Sabian symbols, you always want to add 1 to the degree, because the Sabian symbol system starts at 1 to 30. Whereas astrology, we start the counting at 0 to 29. So we just take whatever degree it is, 23 degrees Aquarius, we add 1, we look at the 24th degree in the Sabian symbol modality. So I'll get to that in a few minutes, but first let's lay it out. Some of you may already be feeling, OMG, what the heck is going on? That's called a 7 planetary body stellium, meaning a grouping of planets all hanging out in Aquarius at the same time. Usually we have 1 or 2. A new moon, it's the sun and moon, sometimes Mercury. But in Aquarius, that you may have, if you've been following me and other astrologers, you know that Saturn and Jupiter went into Aquarius on December 21st, 2020, winter solstice. Jupiter will be in Aquarius for a year, Saturn 2.5 years. So joining the sun and moon, which when they come together is called a new moon at 23 degrees, we have Saturn and Jupiter. So that's 4 planetary bodies hanging out already. Now joining that crew are Venus, hi Venus, and Mercury, hey Mercury, in retrograde, right? So he likes to put his own little spin on this. And then the other planetary body I really like to focus on are the goddess asteroids, and that's Pallas Athena. Now Pallas Athena is the pattern breaker. This is the one that I'm going to recognize what patterns unconscious are in play. So thank God Pallas Athena is part of this stellium, because she's going to help you see what patterns are happening or in play that you may not be totally aware of, but might be running the show. Like an operating system in the background that's kind of has a lot of bots. So we want to get to know what's that pattern, so that we can bring it fast forward, take a look at it in the here and now, and go, okay, does that serve me in my life, in my self-development, in this world moving forward? Is it contributing to the welfare of humanity? Most likely not. A lot of times we come in with unconscious patterns that we learned in childhood, we got generationally or ancestrally, or through our journeys as soul, lifetime to lifetime. So we want to come in with those types of patterns to break and free them. That's the energy of Aquarius: liberation, individuation, and freedom through revolution. So we love our Aquarians out there. They know how to get it done. First thing they do is they're unique. They march to the beat of their own drum, right? They're ahead of us. They're the futuristic ones, the way showers. They got to get out ahead of the game so they can see what's happening, and then bring the message back to the rest of us in the zodiac wheel, so we can take that wonderful insight and change our future now. So that's a really big core message of Aquarius with all these 7 planets, is create your future now. Now, going back into the beginning of 2021, Lorna Brevin, Hera and the Moon Astrology, awesome. I really love her work. She posed these questions. When we look at the energy of 2021, it's not about how will this astrology affect me. She asked a whole different set of questions, which gives you a whole different set of possibilities and experiences. She asked, what are you going to create in 2021? What are you going to transform, or maybe what needs to transform? And where are you going to take a risk, right? Because remember, we're spirits having a human experience. So risk is fun to the spirit, to the soul. Human, not so much, because we live separated from our divine self. And so usually we want to minimize risk, because that's unknown and that doesn't work for the human view and perception of reality. So we want to just get back into our crown, which is where we hold our sovereignty. We own this body, this mind, this experience, this incarnation. And we want to clear the crown. So when you follow me on Instagram at Lunar Ladies Club, uh, we're going to talk about clearing the crown, how important that is. So Aquarius, with all those 7 planetary bodies up there ruling the crown, there's really busy up there. We want to be owning that space by clearing it with our own energy. I learned a great tool from Francine Marie Shepherd of the Seer's Way, The Wild Soul Life. I highly recommend getting in touch with her and learning from her. But she has this wonderful tool that she teaches you in the Seer's Way about clearing your crown. So as a quick tip, imagine a bright, beautiful golden sun that's vibrating at the harmony of the harmonic of unconditional love, forgiveness, neutrality, compassion. Fill it up. And then imagine it coming into your crown chakra and filling every cell of your being and lighting up your auric field, grounding that down through the bottom of the feet, from the tailbone, down, down, down into the center of Mother Earth, giving her a lovely gold sun gift. And she will say thank you in amazing ways by nourishing you with the power of Mother Earth. Okay, so crown chakra clearing is very important. I can't stress that enough. So we want to go crown all the way down. Bottom of the feet is the sign of Pisces ruling. We want those feet on the ground, especially when it starts to warm up here in the Northern Hemisphere, connecting down to the core of Mother Earth, and then giving it a space of that nourishing earth energy to rise. And you want to be the Merkaba, heaven coming to earth, earth rising to heaven. It's a glorious jubilee, a jubilation of happiness and joy, and it can happen every day. It's the ultimate party that you want to be a part of and invited to and dancing at on a daily basis. So that's my super tip for this lunar cycle. But you learn more when you join my inner circle. Now, I'm going to share my screen in just a moment because I want you to take a look at the chart. I don't want you to be scared, afraid of astrology or astrology charts, because some people look at that and they go, whoa, I don't know what that means. I'm lost already. But that's where I come in. I'm like, hey, get on my magic school bus. We're going to go for a ride. I'm going to help you understand the language of astrology so you will not fear what you see and you get curious and excited about, I want to know what that means because I know that my intention's going over here. What's that mean? So my first way of teaching is to pique your curiosity, to develop it, to affirm it, to validate it, to use it. It's one of our secrets of higher intelligence. So the Aquarius stellium, 7 planetary body, is in square to Taurus. Who's hanging out over in Taurus? First of all, Uranus. Uranus is the modern day ruler of the sign of Aquarius. So he's like, hey, I got a lot to say. Hang out over here because I'm the revolutionary leader. I'm the change maker. Quick changes, lightning bolts in the crown. We want to wake up. So he's over in Taurus, the sign of Mother Earth. Remember, we're grounding crown down to the center of the planet. We have Uranus in Taurus. He'll be there. He takes 7 years to go through a sign. He will be in the sign of Taurus through 2024. Next to him is the Black Moon Lilith, who helps us face our shadow side, which is a big message. When you read my blog post for the lunar cycle, go check it out, lunarladies.com. I really break it down and decode it. It's worth your time to go read it. So Black Moon Lilith is going to help you face your shadow side. When she's hanging out in the sign of Taurus, it's fear of scarcity, fear of security, right? Taurus is money and resources, self-worth and deservingness. So Lilith hanging out here at the time of the Lunar New Year is in play for the year, in play for the year of the ox experience. Now the ox in Chinese astrology, in Western astrology, that's Taurus, the bull. And so we have Uranus, the liberator, the freedom fighter, the revolutionary is in the ox bull sign. So you're going to start, pay attention to finances in the global scheme of things. Uranus is very Aquarian. He rules Aquarius, but that's online. It could be crypto. We don't know. New forms of exchanges of value, right? What we know as its money might really be changing overnight. So we want to be paying attention. Black Moon Lilith says, I'm going to help you face your fear. And if we have fear of security, which most of us have, because that is a human fear, like, will I have enough? What can I eat? Will I be safe? Will I be secure? Will I be nourished? Will I have a roof over my head, food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, right? A place to live, to rest my head. Those are Black Moon Lilith fears of, I'm not going to have that. So we want to face what that internal fear is and overcome it, move through it. And she's going to help you with that, how to do that. So I teach that in the inner circle. Definitely come and consider joining me and others this year. And next to them is Mars. Now, Mars is my focus here, as well as the part of fortune showed up in the, I cast a chart for every lunar cycle. Mars, he's our warrior. He's going to help us face fears and help us liberate and be free to sustain our abundance and moving forward into the future. And Aquarius and Uranus say, you got to do it in groups. It takes a village. It's a community effort. You want to find your soul tribe, your community, who you mesh with, who you can share a vision that's like mind and like heart. Now, because we have such a powerful stellium of planetary energy in Aquarius, it gets out of sync, or it gets lopsided. So we have to balance that with its opposite sign, Leo. Leo, you want to go there because you want the harmonic. And you'll see that in the Sabian symbol message. Leo is the heart chakra. It's love, it's joy, it's expression, self-expression, it's creativity. Remember, Lorna said, what are you creating this year? You're going to find that most powerfully in the Leo energy through the heart, your Leo ruled house in your natal chart. Like, it's easy. Once you understand the rules of the game and you got the tools to play, it gets very easy. That's why I love this stuff. I'm like a quadruple Gemini rising, and it's kept me entertained for years. Lifetimes, actually. I got a moon in Gemini. I got a Gemini rising. I got a Mercury in Gemini retrograde on the ascendant, but I'm like a very powerful Cancer as well. So they mesh real nice. I finally found where my harmonic is to understand that energy within my own self. Okay, so Leo, pay attention to your Leo ruled house. Get into your creativity. You're going to find that through what you love, what brings you joy, what puts a smile on your face. And so Leo says, when you're looking to become, either start your own community, become part of a community, here's your checklist. Do we have a common vision? Is that common vision actually rooted in an expanded, cleared, and cleansed heart chakra field? Hearts have to be oscillating together for this really big soul tribe, soul purpose, wonderful experience of community to happen. A lot of intentional communities have failed in the past because, in my feeling is, they didn't have that connection, common vision, and like heart, like mind, connected through the field of the heart. That means when you have that, everybody gets on the same page. So I'm just pitching that for all those people who are looking for a community, especially if financial systems get rocked. And when we live together at more in a community kind of situation, we share our resources, everybody has more. So more of that to come. I have a lot to say on that subject. But Mars stands out, Mars in the part of fortune. First, what is part of fortune? It's an area of your chart that says when you connect here, you are going to be doing your dharma, your good work on the planet. It's when your spiritual bank account goes up. It's doing acts of kindness and merit. When you're in the Leo energy, heart chakra, it's very easy to be doing acts of kindness and goodness because you're in your heart field, which is all it wants to do is love and make sure everybody around it is having a good time. And that happens when you go out of your way to do an act of kindness. Now, it doesn't have to be money. It could be holding the door open for someone. looking at someone in the eyes and saying hello, giving a stranger who is in need something that makes their day better. And a lot of times it's a smile. Now I have to have, all the mask wearing is a little tough because a smile is priceless. And this smile has changed a lot of people's days. They've told me I like to smile at people, right? It's very hard to do that with the mask on. Sometimes I forget the mask is on and I'm smiling and they're looking at me like, what's she doing? Right? And I'm like, well, if you could only see under this mask, is a really big smile for you. Right? So don't forget to smile. And when I was a featured guest in Janet Nixick's Women Evolving 2021 group, we talked about the power of a smile. So check back, be part of my online groups, whether it's Instagram at lunarladies.club, join my inner circle at club.lunarladies.com, join my Facebook group, Lunar Ladies Lifestyle Group. You'll find out about the power of a smile. It's going to be in play throughout 2021. Okay, so Part of Fortune says it is time to build up your spiritual bank account. It is time to be focused on acts of kindness, especially if your life feels very uncertain, shaky ground. What's going to happen? I'm feeling worried and concerned and afraid. That's a big, powerful weight to be on your shoulders. To alleviate some of that weight, just allow yourself a time out, take a breath, and do something nice for yourself, for a plant, for a person, for an animal, whatever that is. You might be, feeling the weight of the world and you might look and go, wow, that plant needs some water. Go to the sink, get some water with love. Say, here you go. This is from me to you. May you live and be green and gorgeous, right? It's a blessing, and you answered a call for help. So be aware that you have angel wings. Be aware that you might get a tap on the shoulder, say, hey, that person or thing is in need. You're the one that has the medicine, go help. And when you do that, you feel so good. And that's really the power of Aquarius this year, is you got to be fully present in your now, whether it's moments of being present. So if you're feeding that plant a glass of water, you are fully engaged in that moment now and having an experience. So we'll get to why that's super important now, because it's coming through in the Sabian symbol. So when we have a pattern of repeats and synchronicities, repeating words, repeating messages, it's pay attention time, okay? So before I get there, Mars is in square to the stellium of the Aquarius LUNAtion. Mars is saying, hey, I am here to help you conquer your lower self. Isn't that exciting? And you're like, oh, what lower self? Uh-oh, what's that mean? That sounds like work. Right? It's okay. Don't worry. Roll your shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. Shake it off. Remember, you got Black Moon Lilith there, and she's the powerhouse to face your shadow self. Thank God she called in the forces of Mars, who's like, I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm fearless in this place. Show me what you need me to do, and I'll do it. Just do it. That's Mars' motto. So you're going to, if things come up, remember, you've got your inner masculine empowered at this time. Just make sure you are grounded and nourished, right? That's the force field. Watered, you drink, you're hydrated, you're rested, you're fed, and you're sleeping, right? You're fed good food, you're drinking water, you're hydrated. Don't punish yourself by being thirsty, right? Or hungry, or eat bad food and you feel terrible, right? With a lot of the 2020, a lot of people were comfort food and alcohol and overindulging to calm the fear of the unknown, of what's going on. It's uncertain. It's out of my control. So 2021 is like, hey, we need you in a healthy state. Immunity up, good food in, rest, hydrate, take care of yourself, take care of the vehicle. It's a temple, right? So if you haven't been, able to do that, 2021, put that in your new moon intention fire. You're transforming, reclaiming your immune system. You're reclaiming your health and wellness. and your power. Taurus is sturdy, it's strong, it's the bull. You're in the year of the bull. Like if a bull doesn't want to come over and visit you, you ain't gonna do it. No yanking and pulling on a rope is gonna get him to do anything he doesn't want to do, right? Stop and smell the roses. Be as strong as a bull. I mean, it's getting that physical vehicle strong. You want push-ups, squats, planks. You want to be strong in your body. You want to feel your own power. That's part of the sovereignty of the crown coming down into the earth. Feel how strong you are, right? Taurus rules the jaw and the lower jaw and the throat and the body. So we want to be clearing the space to speak our truth, right? And this is getting back to where we're going to end with this this teaching video. So Mars is conquering that lower self, which is, and Lilith is saying it's going to show up with fear of security and safety and money issues, possibly. So don't start worrying. No need to worry. What you're going to focus on, what can I create? What can I transform? Where can I take a risk, right? Focus there, because that's curiosity. That's what can I do, instead of like, I feel out of control. Oh, this is going to happen. Now I'm going to live in fear. We're facing the fear and we're moving through it with the power of Mars. And that's the lower self that gives up and just feels I can't do anything. And, you know, it's all against me and I might as well just, you know, hunker down and do the best I can. No time for that. That's why it takes a village. That's why you find your soul tribe, your community, where you are like mind, like heart, and you connect and you move through your own development in that way. That's why I did the inner circle. It's a group community where we work together. We help and support one another by doing our own individual work. That's the messaging of Aquarius in square with Taurus. Okay, now we're at the Sabian symbol. Its serenity is found when knowledge and experience are in harmony. So the human design gateway for 23 degrees Aquarius is principles. And so when we look at our knowledge, what is it that we know? That's the affirmation for the crown. I know. And our experiences in our life and the world come together in harmony, where we understand and look at the why of things happening in our lives in the past, or mistakes that we may have made. We want to kind of bring those together to find the harmonic gift within it. Like, this happened for a reason. This got me to this place. It wasn't easy, but that's okay. Maybe I walked a hard road so that I could tell people that this can happen. Let's just steer you this way. You don't have to have the same trials and tribulations. You can learn from me. So that's the Sabian symbol, is a person overcoming their passions, meaning kind of their emotional, uncontrolled reactions to life. And a person overcoming their passions now teaches wisdom from their own experience. Okay, so it's saying, come into taking a look at your life, really review it, and understand, like, especially find something where you feel stuck, where you're like, why did that happen to me? I'm so angry, I'm so upset, I'm so sad, I'm so defeated. Take that. That's your juice. That's your rocket fuel for change. Make a quantum leap. If you need help, hit me up. Come to me for a reading. I can help you understand by the timing of that happening, what planets were transiting, what was this about, what was the story. So what I do is I shine my Galactic Girl Scout flashlight at that moment in time with the help of the planets to figure out what was really happening. And I give you a whole other understanding of what that experience was about. And then you see that new revelation of within that is the gift. Then you take that and then you develop, you bloom, and you grow through that new understanding. And then you can teach from that place of experience. That's the power of the Sabian symbol for this Aquarius lunar cycle. And so I want to leave you with the big picture of this. Right now, to help us face the shadow, move through, conquer the lower self, sovereignty in our crown, all the way down to the center of Mother Earth, giving her a gift for a golden sun. She rises up through her joy and ebullience of the connection with you and you get nourished, and so does everything around you, right? And your aura gets super big and super stealth. One of the best things you can do right now as you're writing your new moon intentions is discover what are your principles and what are your core values. So I want to see power principles and your core values. Core values, that's Taurus energy. Power principles, like your integrity, your foundation of your belief systems, like nobody, these are my principles. I adhere to these. Aquarius. So you want to get very clear, well defined. What are your principles that you operate from? And what are your core values that you hold dear? Core values in the heart, power principles in the crown. When they're merged in happy and harmony, there's serenity and peace. And that's the vibration that will nourish you through 2021. So check back for more. I'll be doing a LUNAtion update every month. And in between, might come in, say hi, what's up, give you a hello to what's happening in Lunar Ladies Land, and get you excited, curious, inspired to make this year the best one yet, without fear, because you're clear. All right. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing this with your friends and family. Bye for now.